You would never guess what wonder and joy an animal can bring when it first comes into the world. This magnificent creature is called an elephant hawk moth. The body is mostly white with a few black spots, and the wings are a beautiful light green. They are found throughout the United States and Canada. The elephant hawk moth is not just a pretty face though, it's also a very interesting moth. Pull up a chair and take a deep breath as we discover the joys this moth brings to others. Appearance. The elephant hawk moth is one of the largest moths in the world. It can grow up to 6 inches in wingspan and has a long trunk-like proboscis that it uses to drink nectar from flowers. The moth is a beautiful pale brown colour with darker markings on its wings, and it has a long tail that looks like an elephant's trunk. The moth is nocturnal and can be found flying around gardens and parks at night looking for flowers to feed on. The most distinguishing feature of the elephant hawk moth is its long trunk-like proboscis, which it uses to sip nectar from flowers. The elephant hawk moth is a large moth that can be distinguished by its striped body and long antennae. The wings are a light brown colour with darker stripes, and the body is covered in light and dark stripes. The moth has a wingspan of 7 to 10 centimetres, and the body is about 2 centimetres long. The antennae are about 5 centimetres long, and they are black with white tips. Behaviour. The elephant hawk moth is known for its unusual behaviour. The moth will flap its wings rapidly in order to create a clicking noise. The noise is used to scare away predators or to communicate with other moths. One of the most interesting things about the elephant hawk moth is its ability to fly. This moth has large wings that allow it to fly long distances. The elephant hawk moth can also fly quickly and maneuver easily in the air. Another interesting thing about the elephant hawk moth is its feeding habits. This moth feeds on a variety of plants, including flowers and fruits. The elephant hawk moth uses its long proboscis to suck nectar from plants. They are known for their unique defenses. This moth has a number of defenses that help it protect itself from predators. One of these defenses is its camouflage colouring. The elephant hawk moth will sometimes land on the ground and walk around like a beetle. The moth will also sometimes hang from a leaf by its mouthparts. This behaviour is thought to help the elephant hawk moth stay cool during the day. Hawk moths can be mistaken for hummingbirds due to their swift wing beats and rapid, acrobatic, and frequently unbearably loud flight noises. Additionally, they have the longest tongues of any moth, which is useful for slurping nectar from flowers. A few types of hawk moths have tongues that are 36 centimetres long. Diet. Elephant hawk moth caterpillars are mainly herbivores, feeding on a variety of plants. Some of the plants they eat include asters, goldenrod, milkweed, and wild cherry. They have also been known to eat other insects, such as aphids. Adult elephant hawk moths feed on nectar from flowers. They also eat fruit, tree sap, and other insects. Elephant hawk moths have a long proboscis that they use to drink nectar from flowers. They can also suck up juice from fruit and sap from trees. Habitat. The elephant hawk moth is one of the most widespread hawk moths in the British Isles and is abundant throughout much of England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and portions of Scotland. Its distribution also includes most of Northern Africa, the majority of Asia and Japan. They are nocturnal, like the majority of moths, and spend their nights searching for floral nectar. They can locate flowers in the dark, thanks to their exceptional senses of scent and colour. They belong to the hawk moth, also known as the sphinx moth family of moths. You may be familiar with the death's head hawk moths from the 1991 suspense film, The Silence of the Lambs, which was based on this species. Elephant hawk moths primarily favour rosebay willow herbs, and they can be found in a wide range of habitats with this type of vegetation, including waste ground and clearings, hedgerows, rough grassland, woodland, heathland, sand dunes, and even in artificial gardens, particularly those with vibrant, colourful flowers. What eats an elephant hawk moth? There are many predators of the elephant hawk moth, but none are more voracious than their namesake hawks. Hawks are known to eat just about anything they can get their talons on, and the hawk moth is no exception. Other predators of the elephant hawk moth include spiders, bats, lizards, and birds of prey such as owls. Spiders, especially the brown huntsman spider that shares its environment, are these moths' main predators. These critters draw moths to their dazzling white forehead stripes in the dark, where they are quickly devoured. Adaptations. The caterpillars have considerably large eye markings on the forehead to ward off predators. As a defensive mechanism, when the insect is threatened, it withdraws its head inside the thorax, thus swelling it up, resulting in the eye spot mimicry marks being visible more prominently. This, in turn, makes the region resemble a false head, making it look like a snake, which might confuse its predators whether it is dangerous, poisonous, or safe to eat. The two colour variations, green and brown, might as well be a defense tactic. If a predator is looking for brown caterpillars, it may overlook the green ones or vice versa. Their eyes are incredibly sensitive and allow them to see and differentiate between colours even at low light. This is another mechanism to keep them hidden entirely in the dark. Reproduction and life cycle. An elephant hawk moth's life cycle begins with an egg that is glossy green and develops into a yellow or green caterpillar. The larva eventually sheds its skin to become a brownish-grey caterpillar with markings around its head and a horn that curves backwards. Larvae can grow to a maximum length of 3 inches. The caterpillar develops into a brown pupa with speckles, which hatches into the adult moth. Elephant hawk moth females exhibit comparatively lower intelligence. When breeding season comes around, it is drawn to the colourful males. After mating, the female would lay eggs on leaves and flowers, either in pairs or singly, so that the young caterpillars could eat these plant materials. These insects lay light green eggs with shiny surfaces that hatch after about 10 days. The caterpillars are occasionally green, but typically dark brown or blackish in hue. Before undergoing metamorphosis, when they transition into the chrysalis, pupa stage, they are found between late summer and early fall. Around May of the following year, they eventually emerge as vividly coloured moths. Interesting facts. Even within a species of moths that are especially charismatic, adult elephant hawk moths are flamboyant, which makes people question if they are harmful. While it's true that butterflies and moths with bright colours frequently indicate high toxicity, elephant hawk moths are completely safe. They don't sting, as some moths' caterpillars do. And they won't harm your dog or the birds in your neighbourhood. To lure mates in the dark, they presumably evolved to resemble a Victorian throw pillow. Due to their striking similarities, the elephant hawk moth and the little elephant hawk moth are sometimes confused. Despite their striking resemblance, they are two very different species. Each moth has its own colour pattern, just like giraffes and zebras do. That is all for today. Now stop being a boggart and pass on these digital edibles by sharing this video.